Cholim, I had a wondrous cholim. I dreamt about a life for you and me.
You have time for dreams, huh?
I saw us in our own house.
Our own house?
Sure, why not?
Shalom Aleichem, liebe Freund. Ich heiße Motl Didner und ich bin der assoziierte artistische Direktor bei der Volksbühne. My name is Motl Didner and I'm the associate artistic director here at the Volksbühne. And although I myself didn't come to the Yiddish-speaking world until I was well into my 20s, I do come from generations of Yiddish speakers. On my mother's side of the family, I'm a third-generation American. They came from Russia. On my grandmother's side, they're from Minsk, Gubornya, district around Minsk, from some small shtetl, I don't know the name. But when my great-grandmother was taken to see Fiddler on the Roof in the 60s, she said it was like that. On my father's side of the family, grandfather came to America from Hungary in a period after World War II when immigration was very restricted. My great-grandfather, although he moved to Budapest, was actually born in Lodz in Poland. That time, Lodz and Budapest were part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, so he was able to marry a woman from Budapest and relocate there. And unlike many other Hungarian Jews, he was a native Yiddish speaker, and so were his children. They came to America and established themselves in a chicken farming colony in Marlborough, New Jersey, and apparently that was a big thing in the 20s. There were a lot of Hungarian Jewish chicken farmers in central New Jersey. My great-grandmother from that Minsk district is the only person from the immigrant generation who was alive during my lifetime. She spoke several languages, as one would need to in that part of the world. Yiddish as her first language, but local languages, Russian, Belarusian, Polish, she understood Ukrainian, and then of course English when she moved here. But at that time, girls, especially from poor families, were not given educations, and she never learned to read or write in any language. And she worked her way up. Even as an illiterate woman, she became a chef at Grossinger's resort in the Catskills. She just knew that it was a handful of this, and it should feel like that, and it should look like this, and obviously it was something that impressed Jenny Grosinger herself. In my grandparents' generation, they furthered themselves. Unfortunately, neither one of them was able to finish college because of the Great Depression. But they did start going to college, which was certainly a big advance. Of course, in my parents' generation, they not only went to college, but they got professional degrees and graduate degrees, ended up as teachers and engineers, professors, psychologists. So it really is a very typical immigrant American success story in just 3 generations. And I feel that by working in the Yiddish theater, that it's not only moving forward in terms of professional and intellectual development and educational development, really honoring that immigrant generation by passing the language and culture that they brought to these shores with them forward to make sure that it's always part of the tapestry of Jewish life.
Cholim, I had a wondrous cholim. I dreamt about a life for you and me. I saw us with our children.
The children?
Born here in our land.